Hello everyone, welcome to Capacity Boost for MTVP's operations. We're going to talk about data management and openings by realization date. What we want to see with this space is learn how to identify the openings based on realization date, learn to gather the data, and learn to read and analyze data. So the first thing we're going to use is, of course, our amazing data files. These are files that the MCPs receive every month, also regional office, and they share with MCVPs and these kind of things. But also, if you are MCVP and then you need one of these files earlier than the monthly period of time, you can request it to the regional office, and then we can share it with you. So we're going to start with opportunities file. In this file, you can find information about openings, opens, per entity, divide per subproducts or SDG focus, realization date in the future. That's what we're going to use. And if you are OGX, this can really help you to track your partner. So for example, if you have one partnership established and then you agree that your ICX is going to open opportunities in, let's say, February, and then you are waiting for this as OGX in order to start the attraction, but then you see that nothing is happening, no opportunities are on the platform, then you can track easily here, and then you can keep accountable your IR partner in this case. So two important things before starting. Like when you have the data file, it's going to be very messy, so we need to organize first text into columns. I will show you how it's done. But also, another important thing is to apply the filters, and we apply filters for periods of time, so because that's the one thing we cannot control later on in the pivot table. And then after we apply the filters, we need to copy and paste this information in another sheet so the filters can stay. If we don't do this, if we just filter and after that directly create the pivot table, then the pivot table is going to use all the information, all the data that is there. So our filters are not really going to be taken into account. So we filter date of time, and after that we copy and we paste it. I will show you right now. So in this case, I will do the process from the beginning, and then we're going to see the opportunities open by subproduct. Remember that you can also do this by SDG if you are GB. So first we're going to divide the data into columns. So we do this process and then we wait a little bit. After that we select all the sheet and then we apply filters for everything, and then we go for created at. So this is the day when the opportunity was created, and we select a period of time we want to see. It could be LC term, MC term, last month, this month, whatever you want to see. And then we also select status, and we need to select open. If you have draft opportunities, they are not really open in the platform, so it's not really worth it for us to see this data. And then we copy all this information and we paste it here in another sheet. Good. Then we insert the pivot table, and then we select the product, of course. We select region, MC, LC, whatever you want to see. You can also select MC already and then see all the LCs. And then we are going to count openings. And then we put in the opposite one in columns the subproducts. So we're going to see now Europe GE, and then it's going to show us all the entities in Europe, and then we're going to have it sum of openings as you just saw. So what we are seeing here is as sum of openings is like the numbers of spot per opportunity. So if you are counting the openings, you are seeing number of opportunities. And then if you are summarizing all the openings, you are seeing the number of spots per opportunity. So I just put here the example, one opportunity can have 5 openings. So you understand the difference here. And then what we are seeing per subproduct here in GE is let's say Austria has 31 openings in marketing in this case, and then you can also do that per LC and play with this with your entity partners as well. Now, the thing that we are here for is to see the opportunities by realization date. So the first thing we do is, yes, filter in the opportunity when was created, and then status open, of course. We copy and paste this data. But before creating the pivot table, we are also going to filter the start date of the opportunity, because that's what is going to give us the information of the openings by realization date. Yeah, so we apply filters again. First we make some space. Yep. And then we can filter this information or not. In this case, we are not going to do it, but we are going to divide it into columns. And as you can see, it's not by comma, but it's by this symbol here, by spaces. So we divide this into columns as well. And again, you can filter just to see if you want to see something very specific, like this month or these 2 months, then you can filter first and then do this. In this case, we will just see all of the starting dates of the opportunities that are in this file. So we just give it names. We have day, month, and year, and we delete this empty column here. Yeah, and after that we select everything, and then we insert our pivot table. Good. So remember, we are seeing open opportunities because we filter the status first, right? So we select MC, LC. In this case, we already put in values our opening, and then we're going to put it like year and month in this case. So product will be GT, the entity will be Germany. Okay, so Germany has IGT opportunities. Of course, the field we need to sum. So we have openings, not opens. So they have openings where when they are showing in the past, it means that they were never approved. So they are still open in the opportunity, in the platform, sorry, even though it's in the past. But we need to focus in the future, right? So for example, they are already opening for April. So they are not opening yet for July, for like summer peak, let's say, but they are starting to do it. So this you can see, and you can identify the trends of the ICX entities and LCs and everything to open opportunities already like before. So if you are, I don't know, if you have a group of EPs that is asking you for opportunities in August, you can come here and see, oh, these already have opportunities in August, this LC exactly, and you can also play by subproduct and see which subproducts are they having opportunities on and these kind of things. So the thing that I was saying about opens and openings, I have an example here just to make it more clear. So we do the process all over again. This is a reminder for you. So we start filtering the date, in this case of the creation of the opportunity. We filter that is in open, very important. We copy and we paste the data. Yeah, after that we create the pivot table, and then we select the product, openings in values, we have MCs here, yeah, region, and then we're going to see for GE in Europe. You can also see other regions, of course. Oh, in America, yeah. So we're going to copy this information. This is count, so these are opportunities, opens. And then we're going to change the field settings, and we're going to put zoom, yeah. And then we're going to have the openings, and we just copy it. And then easily we can identify the ratio of the ICX entities. So these are opens, and these are openings. And then with a simple division, we can see what is the ratio of openings. So this means these ICX entities are selling 1 EP to the startup, or are selling 2 or 3 EPs to the startup, like these kind of things. Yeah. So this can also tell you how ICX is doing bulk sales. That is how it's called. Maybe it can give you insights if you want to send a group of people to the same opportunity, or these kind of things. Yes. So we're using the data for making decisions, right? So the first thing to do this is we need to identify what is the question we need to answer. Why are we doing this? Like, what is the need we have to go into the data files and play with them? So we define the question. After that, we define the measurements. So that means, I don't know, I need to see the LC term, or I need to see MC term, or I need to see approvals or applicants, or like anything, what is exactly why you need to measure. Then we collect the data. So basically we do all the process that I just showed you, and then we analyze the data. I just show you with the pivot tables, but if you are more visual than that, you can also create a graphic from the pivot table directly, and then you can see all your data display in a graphic depending on how you want to see it. And most important thing is interpreting the results. So yeah, this is going to give us insights about what's happening in the entities and everything, but remember that every side everything has another side. So you also need to understand the context and what's happening, like more qualitative side of the story. So yeah, this is showing us data and everything, but there are more things to that. So remember to always keep in mind like communication with your LCs, your entity partners, to understand what is exactly happening. And then along with the data, you can have a better and more complete overview of everything. And lastly, some tips or reminders. So use opportunities file for this analysis. Don't forget to filter the period of time before creating the pivot table. Play around with the pivot table. I mean, all the information, all the data is there. You just need to really put it somewhere in filters, in rows, in columns, according to what is easier for you to see and to understand. Don't forget that we are counting values if we want to see opens or opportunities, and some values if we want to see the openings, the spots of the opportunity. And you can identify which opportunities are available in each month, because yeah, you are working with status open, so it means that they can still be approved. So they are available opportunities. And that's it. I want to invite you to take a small quiz from this. It's only 5 questions. You're going to test everything that you learned. So take the quiz and let me know if you have questions or comments or everything. Thank you.